When the harvest has been completed, you can give a production summary to each one of your individual landlords. We can do that from reports and reports again, and under production reports are some crop production detail reports, and we want to use the crop production by owner operator. This report lets us identify a particular owner operator and get the activity just for that particular landlord. So we're going to put a filter on for a particular year, 2019, and we're going to pick our owner operator. So this lists all the owner operators that you've added under setup, profit production centers, and crop owner operators, and we're going to select our landlord. And we don't need the lease owner type, but you could filter by that also. And there are actually more items that you could filter by. We're going to preview, and that gives us just the production details that have to do with our owner operator of Henry Landlord. And now we can add some groupings and get a total for each one of the different crops that might be for that particular landlord. So we're going to go over to Group Sort, go to the Available, and find Profit Center. Here it is. Put a check mark in there, go to Selected, put a check mark in Group because we wanted to group by that. And we don't really need to group by the owner operator because we have only one selected. And we're going to refresh. That gives us a subtotal for our individual crops that might be growing on the land that is for that landlord. And if we had multiple fields under each one of these different crops, and that would give a subtotal of those different field productions. We can add some different columns also. We're going to go over to Columns and go to the Available columns and add another column perhaps for the actual amount of production here. So we have a column called Q1 Actual. I'm going to put a check mark in that. That's going to represent the total production so that the landlord can see totally what the land produced and then see his percentage under the owner-operator share. I'm going to actually change the title on this too. You can change the titles that you see in the headings of the report. So under Q1 Actual, instead of calling it that, we're just going to call that Total Production. And I'm going to also highlight the field that is for the owner-operator share and call that Landlord Share and Landlord Percentage. I'm just going to the Appearance row called Header and changing that title to Landlord Percent. And now I'm going to refresh. And that just gives it a little better look. I can even take off on the landlord share, take off the quantity 1 in that header title also. But this is now a nice report that you can give to your landlord that will show him the breakdown of what the production was for that particular year. And if you want, you can save this as a favorite so that you have it for the next year. And you can use this same report for any one of your landlords simply by going back to the filter and changing to one of the other owner operators, such as that. And there is also a session on doing a crop production report by production year, and another tool for using and seeing the activity on your production details would be under Reporting Tools, Production Analysis, and Analysis. And there are several videos on helping you work with production analysis.